Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria. How are we feeling this morning? Is everyone well rested after that awesome Black Friday shopping extravaganza? I got into trouble. I got into real trouble. I went places that I didn't even know I was going. So let's start the diamond paint and I'll tell you all about it. I am working on this morning. I could not wait to break open this kit. I couldn't wait for this one. You know why? It's a round, right? Is it a round? I think it's a round. And it's just a nice little snack size, a little palette cleanser to just, it's one of these things that I feel like, do I really have to think a lot about it? I don't think so. So let's go. Do I have perforated lines here? Let's look. If I do, I'm going to have to get my little, do I have perforated lines here? No perforated lines on this one. Oh, wait, well, wait a minute. You're getting your diamond companies mixed up, lady. Paint with Passion is Dreamer Designs. I'm not crazy about the perforated lines. I mean, I gave you guys a tip if you had kits that didn't have the red line and what I was doing. And I think that I always forgot that they were there because I had like one Diamond Art Club, which is Winter by Alphonse Mucha. And I kept forgetting that there were perforated lines. And what I was doing was using my China marker and rubbing along the line so that I could see it. And now I saw the new kits. I think it was Anthony. I was watching Anthony at Single and Placing. And he was like, oh, wow, red lines. And I wasn't really paying attention. And then who was it after that? I was watching someone else. And they were like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, it was Lizette. And she was in her member section. And she pulled back the plastic. And she said, oh, my God, the red ink is right on the canvas. I don't know how I feel about this. And I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it either. Now, you guys know that I love being able to show you the canvas as I'm working. I don't like washi tape. It makes me insane. There's a lot that makes me insane. It just drives me a little cuckoo when I'm using washi tape because it's always coming up. The best washi tape that I ever had in a diamond painting kit was actually Diamond Art Club. They had great washi tape. Other washi tape, I feel like it just is constantly coming up and coming off. Let's take that there. Put this here. I had my glue out today because I was gluing parts of, look at all the wax that I have from Dreamer Design. Ever since I switched over to my putty. Do I have any release paper in here? I should. I mean, I have some here, but I was looking for my plain white one. Okay, well, we're just going to use what we got, and that's going to be it. We're not going to go on a hunt. It's been a long weekend from Thanksgiving to, yeah, I think I was looking for the smaller release paper that I have from, where do I have from Art Dot? I mean, I could just get up and go get it. But 2 sheets like this is going to be more than perfect. Okay. So, I mean, it was a long weekend. I did all the cooking. I did all the cleaning. And today, well, not today, last night, Friday night, well, it is actually Friday night. I am actually taping this Friday night. And the reason why I am taping is because I have my TV on, so I'm still looking at sales. I'm still looking at Black Friday sales, but it's a John's retirement party, so he is meeting with a lot of postmen right now that took him out for the night. Well, not for too long because he was just really upset that he's not feeling up to par and he's like, what do I do? And I'm like, just, listen, the party is for you. But, these guys understand. They're in the same boat as you. I don't need this one, huh? Let's put that there. And then I'm just going to move this back right up to the line. Can I make a straight line up here? I want to make sure that I can have a straight cutoff line. Let's do that again. Let me see here. I'm trying to get down here. I have a straight cutoff line. Oh, still not good. We're gonna go over this a few times, kids. So let me start. I'm gonna make that one the cutoff line. This way I can fold a nice crease. All right, you're the cutoff line. There we go. It's a little bit lower on the bottom, but that's okay. Yeah, so he went out and I was like, you know, I was diamond painting today. I actually, you know, being that it's Friday and not Saturday morning, but you guys are going to get this on Saturday morning. Okay, what am I doing here? I can't walk and talk at the same time. Being that he was out with the guys, I was like, you know what? I have to grab my time right now while I can, where I can. And if that means that, you know, doing it now while he's out, I'm going to do that. But I figured I'll just put on the, I was going to do a live, but there's so much live going on right now. People are like, you know, there's still, I was watching Leopard Leather Works, because Gabrielle had to tell me that they were live for 24 hours, and then I got into trouble over there. And then I have a Leopard Leather Works, and it's this one, and I actually got this from Drills and Chills in 2023, and it came with a tray that's always in here, but it's got a bunch of my stuff in here, because I do all different kind of crafts. I don't just do diamond painting, as you can tell. You know, I have different art pens and sketch pencils in here, and it came with this wooden, let's see if I could do this. It came with this tray. Can you see it? It's like wood burned in there. Leopard Leather Works. And I was like, this tray is everything that I didn't know that I need. Okay, let's put it back in there. And it came with this, and it came with the pen. And you guys know I'm using this pen all the time. But I did break out, because I felt like even though I did a review on Art Dot, I didn't really take this stuff out and actually use it. And so all day today I diamond painted with this little guy here. This came from Art Dot all-in-one system. It has the screw-on placer, and I did use a wide placer, and it was fine other than not being able to see where you're going. You're just kind of like, you're putting it down, and it gave me straight lines. I was like, wow, it's been a while since I used a wider placer. I did all of my ABs. In fact, I'm going to put, I did a little like 20-minute taping of me putting all the ABs in Rico. Rico is looking awesome. Rico should be done. I don't even want to say it out loud, but Rico is going to be my next finish, because he is more than 3/4 of the way done. More. I might have like just a little section to do, but you know, those sections over there that could be like 2 hours. I did the heavy AB placement, and let me tell you that there was one section where it was a hot pink AB, a light pink AB, and another AB, all in one section. When you see this flamingo, he is amazing, and I did it all with this pen, all with the Art Dot putty. The Art Dot putty picked up every AB, whether it was in a placer or in the single placer, no problem. Long lines. This is a 9 placer. I was picking up 9 ABs at a time and placing them down. And even if one got stuck and I went back to, oh, okay, I missed one, I went back and put it in, it didn't pick up any of the other ABs. They were down. So I'm just so impressed with this putty. Let's get started with this guy. I've been dying to get started with him. I'm busy gabbing. It's 9 minutes already. I'm not even doing anything. All right, and the other thing that I used when I was doing Rico, I took out all my, I love diamond painting this way. I love being able to put, and if, well, like I said, I had Rico out, and there were 3 different ABs, and so it was like symbol 2, symbol 7, and I think I had one color out that was symbol 1, and I was like, you know, I'm diamond painting along, and then it turns into the next symbol, and I just switch over to the next one, turns into the next symbol. Oh, I forgot one. I love diamond painting this way. It just reminds me of diamond painting like I would paint. You know, you've got your little palette, little here, little there, you know. I loved it. I had a really good time today diamond painting Rico. And I think that I diamond paint faster because I'm not opening and closing bottles. And I have one little drill stuck in here. Oh, I got a bunch of drills stuck in here. Holy cow. Where are you from? Which diamond kit are you from? These pinks like this and a square. Oh, I know who this is. This is what I just finished, which was Let Them Eat Cake. I could tell by the purple AB. Okay, and I got to finish on her coming up too. And I had a lot of fun with that one. So let's talk about, now that I'm talking about Marie and it's putting Curtis Reikovich in my brain, let's talk about what everybody got today. What did you get for Black Friday? Let me know in the comments. Did you get anything? I could not wait for Black Friday. I am just that type of person. I was sitting in on Anthony's live for Mooka Mania, and you know, everybody was very hot. You know, I think that was like either Tuesday or Wednesday, and everybody was really, really, really excited for Black Friday, and I was getting more and more anxious because it's the I put one of my mice on here to hold the thing down. My little Christmas mouse. I was getting more and more excited, and I just can't take all that anxiety. And I just was like, you know, listening. Like for me, you guys know I have a really hard time making a decision. You guys know this about me. I am the worst when it comes to making a decision. And, you know, I'm listening to people that are buying like a lot of diamond paintings, and I'm thinking, oh my God, like I have diamond paintings that are coming. I have two huge diamond paintings that I totally forgot about that I ordered because I ordered them on November the 4th and they're still not here, and it's from an Etsy shop, and I am like holding my review until I, you know, I don't know. I'm really anxious about that too. I want to get my placer out. I've changed my art dot system to take all my system's changing. Oh, see, so I don't have things on my desk. My system is changing. I'm not going to have. Oh, let me take this out. I'll use this. I kind of like using these metal rulers because they stay put on the sticky part. I'm not going to be using my Elizabeth Ward systems anymore because I just think like by the end of the last diamond painting that I was doing, I was so anxious because you know, looking for symbols. I just couldn't look for symbols anymore. I'm like, you know, I saw Anthony again at Single and Placing, and he was using his art dot system with just the DMC codes on the front, and I thought, that's crazy. You know, you have to look at the DNC code here, and then you got to look up the symbol and get the DNC. But believe me, it's so much easier. It's just so much easier. You know, I mean, I just was like, I was literally out of my mind by the time. Do I want to do it this way? Do I want to use? Yeah, let's slow things down. Lisa needs to slow down some. I was just so, you know, anxious, and then they were talking about Cyber Monday, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? There's a Cyber Monday too? You know, I thought I was going to pass out. I really did. I was just so, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to survive. Because I get, like I told you guys, I have a hard time making a decision. I've never been in a Baskin Robbins. Oh, you got to pick one up first, Lee. I've never been in a Baskin Robbins, ever. I couldn't do it. I would be there forever. I would still be there. So this is the Art Dot Putty. This is the Art Dot Pen. And these are round ABs. This is Dreamer Designs Nordic Winter. And putting them in there, and I'm using my ruler just to make a straight edge. I mean, I could actually go up too. I just didn't want to, I mean, I think I could even multi-place with this ruler. Let me see. Oh yeah, you could still multi-place with the ruler. What kind of putty do I have in here? Oh, I have art dot putty in here. Okay, maybe it's just sticking to the metal. But I mean, it's possible to do it if you wanted to. And so I'm using my ruler to make my straight border. I think it's so important, your border. I think your border is so important. I think it just sets the ground for the foundation for the rest of the drills the way that they go. And I never use these. I use these as a beginning diamond painter and then never went back to them. I guess, you know, you get a little cocky. But getting back to making decisions, I think that that causes my anxiety. And then thinking about what I have open caused some anxiety. How about you guys? I mean, do you get anxious with this kind of like, you know, I don't want to say frenzy or frenetic energy of the holiday, but I mean, it is kind of, isn't it? So I got done cooking. I was so happy that I was cooking and I did the cleanup and I was staying away from the computer and all the messages and stuff like that and just spending time with my family. It was just me and John and Josh. And, you know, I did the traditional Thanksgiving turkey and the stuffing, the sweet potatoes, then there's like a little cup, like a little scallop that you put the next one in. So I was doing all that and I was staying away from it. And then when I went to bed last night, I got to stop bringing this darn phone in bed with me because I was exhausted. But no, do I stop? No, I feel like if you guys sent me a message, I want to get back to you. You know, and then I went from there to say, well, what are the actual sales? Like, because it was like, come do early shopping. And so I thought they meant that Black Friday had begun, but it was really a give thanks. It's a give thanks that Dreamer Designs was having. And it was buy two, get one free. And I have to tell you, I did really good. I'm going to put the two paintings up that I bought. I'm going to get my other phone because I can't remember the artist. I know I bought two Ivan. I don't know what his last name is. Again, introduced to these paintings by Anthony at Dreamer Designs. Anthony at Single and Placing. He had Train to Tokyo or Last Train to Tokyo, and I don't know. I was looking at that painting and I'm like, this is so out of my element, but I love it. And then I went over to see his artwork and he had one that was a bedroom and the backdrop looked like New York. And it was like something from the past. And I'm like, this speaks to me. And I think that all my diamond paintings speak to me. There's usually something personal about each diamond painting, which is why I like to do custom kits. And you know, my custom kits come out of the public domain, but they mean something to me. I don't just say, oh, that's pretty, let me do that one. They mean something. Like Beauty and Violet, which was also Diana, also known as Diana. I had wanted to do something of Diana and that just spoke to me. You know, I loved it. And then the other one that I did was a Klimt. I love Klimt. I had a Klimt in mind that I wanted to do as a custom, and they were like, sorry, you can't do this one. Even though it is in the public domain, there was some kind of licensing issue. So let's pop this up. You see how easy that comes up? And look how straight my drills are. Am I going to be doing this whole, because I don't like doing big blocks of color, but look at how wonderful that came out. I'm in love with it. So neat. This is what I aspire to. I guess I'm going to have to be using a ruler from now on. And let me see. And I guess I would just do this in here like that. And there is a little line here. You have to check. There's some girl math that goes along with this, and I'm not good at that at all. But you have to check to see. It has to do, like I said, I'm not even going to pretend that I know what I'm talking about because I don't. But there's some kind of math that you could do that figures out the size of your diamond painting and which one you would need. Now, me, I don't have time for that. I tried to figure it out. Again, I would still be here counting on my fingers and toes. But I just said, listen, give me a variety kit, right? I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I do customs. You know, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So just give them all to me. And it was like, what, 12 bucks? Come on. But this one I actually got, like, again, as an early diamond painter. I got it Temu. I think it's the I'm trying to multi-place with this just to see if I can. I think you got just from my angle and my lighting are not great, so let's not play around. Just take it slowly, like you said you were going to do. Oi, what's up with you, girl? Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. It'll come back to me, but I have to tell you, being on Leopard Leatherworks and watching them turn the pens and seeing how they, like, I guess kind of sort of make them, because I kind of came in late because they were there, I think, already for like 16 hours. They were doing a 24-hour gig, and I was like, oh my God. And, you know, they were like having a drawing. I'm like, what? They're going to, you could buy the pen. I don't know if it was at a special price or whatever. And it was called Dragon Spit. Oh, I picked that. Yeah, it's a damaged one. It's not good. That's why it came out of there. It was called Dragon Spit, and I was like, that's really gorgeous. I'm like, I'm not here like everybody else is. And you know, I thought if I would have felt like, heaven forbid if they called my name, because that was I think it was my first live, and I thought if they call my name, I'm going to. Did I just say I wasn't going to do this? And I'm doing it anyway. Mia loved it so much, I would have gifted it to her. So hi, Mia, you were in my thoughts during that drawing. If I would have won that Dragon Spit, I would have said, can I pass this on to someone else? Can I gift this to someone that's here? I would have passed it along to her. I don't even know what the rules were. I don't know if you had to buy it, if it was a special price. You know, I would have done that. So that was fun. And then I was like, I got to get off of here. And did I? No, I went and bought trays. Then John was in the middle of it, and he was like, oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's where I got my tray. And he's like, well, you know, the name of the company is Leatherworks. What was your first clue? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like I said, I was trying to be really good at that time, like as being a new diamond painter. I'm like, I'm not going to let this craft overwhelm me. I'm not, you know, shopping for pens and trays. That's a whole other hobby. It's a whole other craft. You're not doing the craft anymore. I'm still persistent that I'm going to pick these up in threes. Am I? No. You know, oh, I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. My husband put the heat on before he went out, and I'm thinking, am I just warm? I'm kind of worked up because I wanted to get started today. It is warm in here. It is really warm in here. It's not even that cold out. What is he doing to me? Because that Art Dot Putty, I've never seen it do that. I've never seen it do that. And I will tell you, we were bleeding our radiators, and John was like, I actually could have did that one section up there. I am in love with this. Holy cow. Look at how neat everything is. You see how easily I'm distracted? I guess you can't. I guess you can't. You have to do it. I should have paid attention. I really don't want to. Oh, I guess, how do you, well, if you started here, then how would you go? I guess you just keep going up, right? Because then this flat end would be in the way. Maybe I shouldn't have done the border. I think that's what it is. All right. That means I'm going to have to do these by hand. Look at how neat that is. Oh my gosh, I love it. And look at these ABs, how beautiful they are. They have that pinkish opal kind of AB on them. But I'm coming back to this. I'm really enjoying this. This one is, oh, see, like there's like little, can you see that on there? I'll do my best. Let me see here. I gotta come back up. So I can see what I'm doing. Can you see? I think that this is actually saying, because it has arrows, that you can use it for all, you know, the girl math once you figure it out. 135, 136, 137, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. It will fit that diamond mesh model. And where's the other one? Just so I could tell you. I have another round and I have a square. Take the whole tray out. So this one has nothing on it. Nothing. Isn't that crazy? Nothing. It's a square. And this one is 125 mm, but it has the 50. So I like I said, you're gonna have to look it up and figure out like how do you use these rulers. But I just got them. I just was like, when I come across a diamond painting that this fits, then I'll use it. Okay, let me see. I'll show you. This is a square. This would be a round. Now you saw how my other round fit, right? Really with each. I think with this one, it's just a wee bit off. It gets to a certain point and then they start to lose their, and this one doesn't seem to, like this one had that little, see that little alignment? My fingernail's coming through. See this and this, it has that little alignment. This one doesn't. I did the Dreamer design, giving thank you. It was, and then I went back again this morning and I saw a Curtis Reikovich that's in archive. And I'm like, do I want to get her? Because she would be for, absolutely be for next year. She was marked down. And I said, do I want to get her? Because I think that she would go really well with crimson and lilac if I get her. So I want to see how neat can I be if I do it. No, I'm kind of anxious that I can't multi-place. Okay, I can do it. Because I'm all dependent on my ruler now. I really like using that ruler. I think maybe because it slowed me down too. Now that one got stuck on there, but you see how it, even though it got stuck and I'm actually moving my pen over the other drills, it's not pulling them up, which my wax would do that. Oh, it would drive me crazy. So I'm really just so impressed with this putty. I really am. I really love it. And this is such a pretty kit. So just easy, you know what I mean? I don't have to worry about, you know, am I looking at skulls? Just kidding. I think that the only thing that bothered me about that kit was the name, Let Them Eat Cake, because it's been well, you know, said that, did I put that on upside down? That Marie Antoinette didn't say that. She didn't say let them eat cake. But I mean, I could go into like a full review here right now and, you know, just reiterate myself again, you know, repeat myself when I do the closing. But, you know, it's like, what, like I say, things are like deeply personal to me, kits that I want to do. And even though I have a love for Marie Antoinette, you know, it's like, why? Like, why do you... I mean, I watched the movie. Sofia Coppola did a movie on Marie Antoinette, and Kirsten Dunst played the title. I have in my art room, on my bookcase, on an easel, that issue of Vogue with Kirsten Dunst on it in the clothing, in her role as Marie Antoinette, and she was all in Alexander McQueen throughout the movie. And it was filmed in Versailles. I mean, it's just a yummy movie. It's just so yummy. Oh God, it's so gorgeous, that movie. But you know, I think of being 14 years old myself, because that's how old Marie was. She was 14. She was the baby. I think she was the baby. She was the 15th. Now I should really look that up. She was one of 15 children. Now, I don't know if she was the 15th, but she was one of 15 children. And she was 14 years old when she had the weight of going to France to marry Louis the 16th to ease the tensions between the two countries, the political tensions. So they put this weight on a 14-year-old that she was going to marry Louis. And when she went to France, she was the Dauphine. She wasn't queen. She was a Dauphine until he became king. And oh gosh, this is so gorgeous. It's so snowy. I love it. And I'm thinking, like, a 14-year-old girl, like, what was I doing at 14? I mean, what did I know about politics? Come on, seriously? But Louis was 15. And not only did she have the weight of marrying this man, boy, what was I going to say? She could not speak to her mother. So, I mean, I'm just thinking, you're one of 15, right? So you have brothers and sisters. So you're being taken away from your country. You're being taken away from your home. You're being taken away from your parents, your siblings, your customs, the way you dress, the food you eat, and you're 14 years old. I don't know. And even though she wasn't allowed to speak to her mother, I don't think that they told her mother that she would have to cut off all corresponding with her. Just keep dropping those wherever you want. She had the pressure of her mother writing her that was like, I sent you there. You have this responsibility. What is going on? You're not pregnant yet. She also had the responsibility of giving France an heir. And from what I understand, from what I've read, her and Louis, didn't consummate their marriage until 7 years later. And so, like, so now you're on this trip from Austria to France. And your carriage is stopped before you get into France, because you're not going into France dressed as a woman from Austria. They had a tent set up, and they took her out of the carriage, and they stripped her of her clothing. Now in the movie, Sofia Coppola made a point of her being very close to one of her pets, and who was along for the ride with her. And she even had friends with her. And when she got to that point where she was getting ready to enter into France, the carriage is stopped. The dog is taken from her. And she's 14 years old. She's frantic. I would, at my age, I would have been like, turn it around. I'm going home. You're not taking my baby honor from me. There's no freaking way. But, and her friends were sent home. You couldn't bring your friends with you. They weren't part of the deal. So that was, traumatic from the get-go. Traumatic. And it made me think, like, my first marriage, I married a boy now from New York. We're not from different countries. We are both Italian, both never been married before. But our customs were so different. So different. It was like, I just, I think you kind of think your own culture that things are just this way. Like a dad taking his daughter to the church to get married. Well, that's not how they do it in New York. Or at least that's what I was told. It was like, oh no, you ride it in the car with your bridesmaids. I'm like, what? No. Oh, well, that's how you guys do it here? Like, I was like, did you ever see Father of the Bride? Or how about when Princess Diana got married? She wasn't riding with her bridesmaids. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like stuff like that. And, not that I was 14 years old either when I got married, but the first time, but I just am like, I can't even imagine having to go through this at 14, your dog is taken from you. Would never happen. Would never happen. I would have robbed a horse and the dog, and I would have went back to Austria. And then, you're fitted to look like the French women look. And can you imagine like how awkward that feels in your own body? You know, um, wearing clothes that you're not familiar with or fashion. Um, and I think that Marie, because I identify with this too, I was such a picky eater when I was little. I still am. Like my husband tells me all the time, you will eat candy before you eat real food. But I've always been like that. And Marie was like that too. And I think maybe she was like that because she didn't like French food. Just my 2 pennies right there. What else do I identify with Marie? I think, somewhere along the way, like I think women that do love Marie Antoinette, that there is something about her. And for me, it was just always like that she was just so young. And it also reminded me of Queen Elizabeth. That, Queen Elizabeth was what? Was she 18? Was she older? If anybody's from England, please let me know. Was she older than that? And, the weight that Queen Elizabeth had at such a young age. And I watched The Crown. And if you watch The Crown, I think that you have a different take on things. Like it kind of fills in the blanks with some stuff, especially if there's anyone here from England. Can you please go over titles with us and what they mean? Like, why is it Queen Consort and not just Queen? Like, what is that? Because when Louis finally became king, Marie Antoinette was Queen Consort. So does that mean that the lineage is not with her? Because Queen Elizabeth was just queen. And her husband was not a king. Like Louis marries Marie and she becomes Queen Consort. Does that mean that she's not like a real queen? And not like a real queen, but like, again, that the lineage is not with her family, like Queen Elizabeth. And that's why Queen Elizabeth was queen. But then she doesn't take a king because Philip was always Prince Philip, right? And in the Crown, they made a point of him wanting her to knight him a title because he said, my son is going to be king one day, and like he was going to have a greater title than him. He's like, how do you in the Crown? It was like, I think Prince Philip just had a very strong ego. And her grandmother in the Crown, because even the help was confused because there was Queen Elizabeth, her mother Cookie, who was, I guess, the queen mother, and then there was the grandmother who was also queen, and it was the grandmother who was telling the staff, because the staff was confused as to what to call the grandmother, and she actually explained it in the Crown. Elizabeth is your queen, her mother is the queen mother, and I forgot what she said she was. God, can't hold it all. So somebody, if you're out there, help me. Yeah, but then again, Philip doesn't become king. And then there was the whole thing in the Crown where he wanted, I think because you take a name. So I think Queen Elizabeth's father was George. But did he take the name George? And even the first son, was his name Edward, but he took the name David? I can't remember. I can't keep it all straight. And in the Crown, they were like, Prince Philip was telling his family that they would be addressed as Mountbattens, which was his name. And she was like, no, it's going to be the House of Windsor, not the House of Mountbatten. So like all that, all that fascinates me. The titles, like who's a prince, who's a queen, it gets a little confusing, and dukes of different places, but like I think with Marie, I don't know much about any other queen, but I think of Elizabeth being so young, and she took on this responsibility with such dignity and grace. And it was her grandmother who said to her, you know, you're going to be confused, because she's married too. She loves her husband, and you know, I think that he was trying. I think it was the whole Mountbatten thing that was going on. It was going to be the House of Mountbatten. He told his father that and everything. And the Queen grandmother said, "You are going to constantly struggle with the two Elizabeths: the Elizabeth that you were and the Elizabeth that you are. And then the way that I'm going to help you with this is that neither one of them precedes the crown. The crown always comes first, so you don't have to make hard decisions. You know, there's Elizabeth the daughter, and there's Elizabeth the wife, and there's Elizabeth the queen, but there's, you know, the crown. The crown is its own entity, and it always comes first. And I really believe that she really, you know, she may have humored a few people and been like, yeah, okay, but then she did honor the crown. She really did a magnificent. The woman should be canonized. I mean, she should be a saint for what how she ruled. I know that there were bumps, but there's bumps everywhere in life. She was such a young girl, with a new husband and a young family. And you know, we could see what's going on now. If you believe the tabloids, if you can't get it on YouTube, you can't get away from it, especially if you were a fan of The Crown. I was such a fan of The Crown that I went out and bought the book so that I could go back and rewatch the first season, because it came out after the first season. I could go back, because they couldn't put all the history in, but I could go back and read the book, watch the episodes again, and understand the history, which was just fascinating. It was just wonderful. Yeah, so here we are. We're on Queens while I diamond paint a Christmas scene. But that was the diamond painting that is in Archived, another queen, from Curtis Reichovich. It's called Snow Queen or Ice Queen. And I'm like, she would be fabulous with, because she's in the vein of Lilac and Crimson. Like, there's nothing wicked about her. There's nothing crazy about her. But I have to tell you, he has one diamond painting that it's called Sacred Heart. And I love the Sacred Heart of Jesus. I have my mother-in-law's Sacred Heart. And she had it pinned on the end of the prayer, and pinned it on the inside of the statue. This Sacred Heart has to do with the Day of the Dead. And I love the painting because she's got dark hair like me, long, and she's got a beautiful Sacred Heart. It is the Sacred Heart image with the necklace, and it's off to the side, but it's Day of the Dead. And I'm like, I don't know how the two correlate. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I really fell in love with that painting. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to paint someone, because the description was that she was basically a zombie. That they rise up for one more day. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about all this. I don't like mixing my faith with all this stuff. Probably why, you know, it did, you know, probably why the skull bothered me. But I love his artwork, and I love, you know, the painting, and I loved Marie Antoinette, but I wasn't going to look at his skull. No. Sorry, Curtis. I'm really not a fan of changing the vision that an artist has, but I also wanted to flex my hand a little bit with my creativity, because this isn't all I do. I don't just diamond paint. I think if you just diamond paint, you could, you know, unless you absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it. And I do love it. But there are times like my hand is just itching to sketch. It's just something that you have to do, because when you sketch, the more you sketch, the better you get. And I could see where I have let my sketch work fall by the wayside. And when I start to sketch again, I'm like, wow, look at where I was. And I go back into my art journal and I look, and I'm like, look at where I was and look at where I am again. Like, you know, the whole eye coordination and the sketching and the uncertainty, you know, all comes back, and you got to go back and practice. And it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long. I also crochet. And I have a ton of yarn that I had brought here when I moved in here. This was before I was diamond painting because Honor was still alive. And so I really started to diamond paint when my little baby Honor passed away. So, yeah, I think for me, I think I could burn out if I just diamond paint. And so times when I'm MIA, that's what I'm doing. And then I don't put it up here because I feel like, you know, the algorithm changes, and then other people are not interested. They're like, oh, she's doing sketch work now, I'm not interested. And, you know, they pop off. They do. And I'm trying to build something here. What are we on with? This is AB08. So I'm just going to put 08 on there. That's what I do. I mark my little, I call these little confetti trays actually, because I am dotting here and there. And I'm going to take out the next color, which is like a Y. I'm so thankful that this is a smaller kit. I love it. And I'm going to love it even more when I have stuff in here from another company. So let me just move this out of the way. You don't go here. Yeah, these are all my sparklers that I got from, these are square ABs. Here's square AB08. And so I was telling you guys when I did the sparklers for squares on Marie Antoinette that you just couldn't use a round AB because the ABs are bigger than the squares. And so the squares, sparkler for squares that I got in the pearl AB is smaller than this. So yeah, always teaching, teachable moments. And this is AB46. I don't know where you're from. Oh, this is also from Marie. That's got, I keep my ABs. Yeah, see, and here's my bubbles for squares that I'm going to be using for, what am I using that one for? Oh, Daydreamer. The mermaid. All right. Everybody in here is now, what is this? Nordic Christmas. Hello. Now see, I can't wait to just get, this was already kitted up, but I'm over here, I'm looking like, where's the Y? Ugh. And I don't like keeping these trays in these containers in these trays. So I went out and got the trays that you just stand these up in. That's going to make the ones that I have chosen in, which you guys don't see because I do chosen with my members. And I have to pull her out, but I have to find her. She's lost somewhere in this house because we're getting ready for John's retirement party next Saturday. So chosen is somewhere in here lost. She's lost. And then I still have some more decorating to do. Oh gosh, what a pretty color. It's so Christmassy. I wanted to be playing Christmas music and, you know, diamond painting and having some hot chocolate. And of course, it's like 100 degrees again. Like, what is going on? I did buy a cute little hot chocolate pot with that sits on top of a hot chocolate mug. And what you guys did not see when I was filming Let Them Eat Cake was that I took out a little teapot that my girlfriend's daughter, now I've known her since she's been inside her mother's belly. I've known her mother since I was 16. And Nicola gave me that little pot with the little cup that sits, the pot sits on top of the cup. And I said, oh my God, I've been waiting to take this out, and it's just hitting me that Nicola and Marie Antoinette are born on the same day, November the 2nd. How, you know, oh, serendipitous, right? So I was showing you guys, and I poured myself a cup of coffee and put the pot on top, and all the coffee came out all over Marie Antoinette. That was a blooper. I don't know that I'm going to make it a blooper, but I was like, are you kidding me? But I really should have, because the canvas was fine. It wasn't damaged. The drills weren't damaged. The drills weren't stained. The canvas wasn't stained. Everything rolled right off of it. I should have kept it. I think I did. I think I still have the original video. So this is why. And then I'm going to get into this little guy here. There's only a few, so I don't think I'm going to make a tray for him. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just pop a couple in the lid, because I want to use one tray for the bees. Boop, boop, boop. I have to tell you, just making that little border with my, oh gosh, that baby blue, I love it. With my little ruler, I'm telling you, I am loving how neat everything looks, because it gave me the foundation to follow it. Oh, I love it. Such a pretty palette. So frosty and icy, but not like, not Marie Winter by Alphonse Mucha that I'm doing for Mucha Mania. She's like, from the first time I saw the palette, I'm like, she looks like a bowl of sherbet. It's so pastel that's what she looks like to me. So, but this just looks frosty. It's a frosty little color. And then I want to put the bees in here. See, I don't want to go too far up with my ruler. Well, I guess I could just do it the next time. I want to do it this way, because I want to get these bees in here. Like, that's the, I guess that line, oh, that line is for your next, and then you would go right there. So I can't go in because I started this way. I started horizontally, and now I'm just going to have to go up here vertically and just use the little scallop edges to put mine. I can't move this over because of the bottom. But that's cool. Okay, let's get B. I have really, John wants a tree, but I'm afraid with the crazy cat. And, you know, the trees are great, but let me tell you, I am not into all the cleaning of the needles. It's the cleaning of the needles and watering the tree, especially with this one. He put the heat up so high, my putty's melting. Oh, God. Oh, B is another blue. I have to get, I should really just get up and lower the heat, but I'm all involved in this now. So, you know, I would need like a fire hose to water the tree with this one that he went and put the heat up so high. Let me see if I could do this. Let them lean off the edge. Ooh, yes. Oh, they fit perfectly. Oh, so nice. I love it. I will put a little link to this little this ruler for you in my Amazon store, and I think I'm part of an Amazon campaign. Am I? I think I am. And I still have the white out, so see, I can go right here, just take my white ABs and put them in next. I think I'm part of an Amazon campaign. There's like really great campaigns for content creators, and John and I, when we went to Cape May, we really like their bunting that they have, you know, the American flag. And you know, we're always looking for decent American flags, and you know, some of them are just like, you know, even when we go to the cemetery for Veterans Day, his father was in World War II, we want to put like a really nice flag up. And so I got involved with a campaign for American flags. So that's what I'm going to be, you know, showing soon. I think it starts tomorrow. I'm having a hard time seeing. I'm getting, what is it when you get blinded by the light? By the white, a white out. Okay, there you are. That's what's going on. You were underneath the ruler. Behave. Okay. Move you over. Or you may have just been a funky. Like, I don't like starting by the scalloped edge. I just don't. I think that, you know, but, you know, you live, you learn. I've learned the mistake that I made. I have to just go one way. I can't go one way and then the other. Okay, let me take this off. See? That's a little funky right there. And then again, you know, I got it in my thick Sicilian head that I have to use the multi-placer. Nice. Let's go back to B. Yeah, so I've scaled down the, I was like, if you want a tree, if you want a tree, we're going to have to put it on the deck. We have a deck outside the front of our home. I'm like, we're going to have to put it on the deck. It's going to live outside in the cold where it lives. Anyway. And I don't want the cat, you know, the cat don't go out on my deck, you know. And I don't have to, I have electricity out there so I could put lights on it. It'll snow, so I don't really have to worry about watering it, you know, or rain. It's just such work. Like, I'm always looking to, like, even we were talking about the, you know, what I'm going to make for his retirement. We've been through it 100 times, but he just keeps, I don't know, his anxiety is worse than mine. And I know that it's an anxiety thing with him. He just keeps, you know, repeating the same thing over and over again. And so, oh, there's a little bit of a lip here because of that one. Like, I know what I'm making, and he just keeps asking me the same thing over and over again. So that's the next thing on my list is John's retirement party. And these nights that he's been going out, I've been getting things done. Oh my God. I know that this is what he's always dreamed about, you know, like, this is the way I always saw my retirement, me and my wife doing this, and that, and this. I'm like, okay, calm down. Calm down. He's scheduling me, you know what I mean? And I'm like, John, I still, like, I don't want to think of this as a job, but it is a commitment in my life. It's something that I have to do. And, you know, something that I want to do. And, you know, we got to find our flow. We have to find our flow. We have a very good marriage and very good personalities, the two of us, and we both can see the comedy and stuff. We never yell or scream at each other. We're always just laughing, and that's great. That, you know, I have that. I'm blessed with that, and that, you know, we're well suited to one another. So I mean, we'll find our way. But when we're in the midst of him scheduling me for something, I'm like, no, not gonna happen. And then he's like a little boy. Why not? I'm like, Mommy still has things that she wants to do. And I can't wait for him to start feeling well enough that he starts his own YouTube channel. You guys are going to love him. Because he's just so intelligent and well-read, and, you know, but he's also a goofball, you know. He could be, I used to always say this about him, you know, growing up with him and how funny he was. I'm like, he missed his calling. He should have been like, he's like the master of ceremonies of everything. What are we doing here? Why am I having such a difficult time? I'm like, he's like a master of ceremonies. He's always the one telling the jokes and making everybody laugh, and he's the life of the party. And, you know, he could have a YouTube channel just for that. He is going to be doing some, I mean, everywhere he goes, like, it's like people want him to, like, speak or, you know, introduce people, introduce bands, because they know that he'll do a really good job of it. So, but I really want him to do his philosophy discussions. and because that's his wheelhouse, and that's what he really, 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 really enjoys. And then he's a musician, and what I love about him is that I'm the same way. Like, I went to school with girls that knew exactly what they were doing after they got out of high school, and I just was like, how do you know? Like, and you guys can see that uncertainty is still with me today. um, and they were like, yeah, I'm getting married, and I'm like, what? Like, those are the situations where I feel my throat closing up on me. I'm like, you're 17 years old. What do you mean you're getting married? I know, we're gonna get married. We talked about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, great. But John and I are a lot alike, where we have done everything in our life that has ever beckoned us. Whatever siren call that we heard, that from our muses, to do this and do that. And I am, with diamond painting, I see a lot of the things that I've done throughout my life come full circle here, diamond painting. There's a little bit of yoga in here. There's a little bit of business owner in here. There's a little bit of my time when I had my own makeup company, in here. I mean, there's just like so much that's just come full circle with the diamond painting community and art. More so than, when I was teaching in New York. I was teaching art in New York. Yeah, more so than that. And that was, just like such an awesome experience to say that I was an art teacher in Manhattan and had the time of my life. God, this is gorgeous. This is such a wonderful beginning. I love that I took my ruler out. Wasn't even planning on it. And you guys know, if you know me, I'm not a planner. And I just kind of let things flow, I just rely on my muses to come in and be like, do this. Why don't you try that? Because I was really looking to make this cohesive. I was looking for my little aligner that I have from Art Dot, but I have stuff everywhere. And like I said, I can't find Chosen. She's lost. She's somewhere in my house. She's somewhere. She's hanging out in my art room. I know what she's doing up there. Because I wanted to keep the diamond paintings that I am using out. I have them in my downstairs closet hidden. I'm really anxious, you guys, about those diamond paintings that I ordered. In fact, I think I'm going to put them in my what I bought for Black Friday. Even though I didn't buy them on Black Friday, I still bought them. I bought them in November. I bought them. It was a company that I got introduced to again from Anthony at Single and Placing, and he was saying I like the size of his little. It was a master, one of the master paintings, like public domain paintings, and I was like, I really like that size because I'm running out of wall in my art room, and I went and ordered from Diamond Art Emporium or Diamond Painting Emporium. I don't know. I mean, it's been going on a month. And I ordered 2 really spectacular paintings that I just was like godsmacked. My mouth dropped open. And he said that it was going to be 3 weeks because the artist is on, oh gosh, I can't, DeviantArt. And I guess, they have to commission him. I mean, that he's already commissioned with them, and that, I guess they have to print it and, get everything together. And I ordered some extra stuff. And so, okay, I'm being patient, but every time I go and check Etsy, it hasn't shipped yet. So I'm a little anxious about that. And I'm also anxious about how big they're going to be. And I think that I'm pretty well set for 2025 with what I bought. I'm going to put at the end of this what I bought. Or maybe I should just do a short. I think I'm going to do a short. I'm going to do a short. I think that'll be better. About what I bought for Black Friday, and just let it be everything that I bought. Trays. Did I buy a pen? I don't think I bought a pen. I think I'm hanging it in for Cyber Monday, but I'm a little bit calmer because I got involved in the festivities, but not too much. And one of the paintings, I'm going to do one in the spring and one in the summer. So there'll be my spring and summer paintings. And then I have mermaid. Well, I call it mermaid. We call it mermaid in the sketch world. I don't know if it's mermaid here in the diamond painting companies where you do mermaids in May. I don't know if it's actually called mermaid here in the diamond painting community, but it is in the sketching community. So, I mean, I have May and I have spring, I have summer, and I have a fall. And if I get this other one from Curtis Reykjavik that's going to be archived, I really kind of sat on it. I'm like, this is something that I'm working on, like not to be too impulsive. Just think about it. Or maybe I can get John to buy it for me for Christmas, but she will be for next holiday. So, I mean, I guess I kind of calmed myself down. That's really what I wanted this talk to be about. Like, if you have any kind of like Christmas anxiety, shopping, buying, excess, I think that that's something that I have really curtailed in my life. I'll walk around a store. I'll put things in my cart and I will look at them. And then by the time I get to checkout, I'll be like, okay, you want this? Where are you putting it in the house? Because if it's going to replace something in the house, you have to give something away. You have to give it away, send it to a thrift shop, sell it on eBay, which just never happens. You know, and I bought a new table and I said to my mother, I had a piece of furniture that I took out of the trash. It was gorgeous. And I was like, it was not well kept. They must have kept it in the yard and it rotted and rusted. And I stripped that thing down and I made a gorgeous table. And I said to John, we're going to have to give this table away. I just don't have the room for it. And I gave it to my mother. So I was getting really good at not being excessive with my buying. And then, you get in the holiday spirit and the holiday rush and the holiday festivities. But my anxiety was, when are you going to do these diamond paintings? So I really sat down with myself and said, okay, if I get this, I'm going to do it here. If I get that, I'm going to do it there. If I get this, I'm going to do it there. But then I forgot about the two huge, because again, like it's going on a month, the two huge diamond paintings that I bought for, I don't know what, but I'm going to put them up. I hope you like them. I hope they're as spectacular as they are, the images are on Diamond Art Emporium or Diamond Painting Emporium, I don't know. And that's it. Tell me what you bought. Tell me what you're looking forward to, what how you're getting ready for that. It's not even, I love that I started this before December. And I love how it's coming out, and I just think it's so totally gorgeous. And I'm going to work on Rico also. So it's going to be between Nordic and Rico, and I have Winter that has a deadline on it. And I don't know that I'm doing pretty good with deadlines. So, but we'll see. I'm going to be working on those three, and I'd like to take something that is one of my open whips. Like once this is done and we start the new year, I want to be working on one of my open whips and one of my new diamond paintings simultaneously. Okay, that's my philosophy of diamond painting for today. And I will see you guys as always in the next one, but I'm very excited for you. I hope you got all the sales that you wanted to get and you got your hands on something that you really, 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 really wanted and you couldn't believe that you got. And I hope that you enjoy everything that you bought and it brings you much, much joy. And I will see you as always in the next one. Boop. Bye. Oh, where's the stop button? There it is.